Hello and welcome everybody. This is Dottie Berry coming to you from Blaine, Washington. I'm excited to have all of you here tonight for our Lead Lightning and Power Lead System training. Some of you may or may not know me, but I'm known as Coach B, the Google Hangout Maven, and I am a consultant, coach, trainer, and speaker. And I've also got, I don't want to just call you my sidekick, Barry. I want to call you my business colleague, because that's truly what you are, because you've been stepping up in leadership time and time again. And that's really great, Barry. So how are you tonight?
Hey, Dottie, I'm doing great. So glad to be here tonight.
Well, listen, Barry, I want to swing it over to you because last week you stepped up in leadership and you really, you know what I'm saying? You really brought it home with the pop-ups and all like that. Talk about that a little bit before we get started here on our topic for tonight. How did you feel that went, and what did you learn as you taught that? Because this is about leadership and your opportunity to step up.
Well, I think what was great, Dottie, is sometimes when we view other people doing the training and their videos look so flawless, and you're just like, well, how am I ever going to get to that stage in my career, my profession, and my life? And what was so neat, Dottie, was I was going through making those pop-ups, and I actually made a mistake myself, but it was trial and error. So I was able to go back through and correct that and fix that. And I think what that brings to the table, Dottie, is that people see that even some of us that have more experience still make a mistake, but it's how we go back and correct that, and how we handle that and react to it, because it's all in your response, how you respond to situations. And I think it was so neat that I was able to work through that and troubleshoot what my mistake was and go back. And that was also caught on the video and in the training as well. So I thought that was a great opportunity how I was training on how to do exit pop-ups, but also how to combat those mistakes and errors that happen in your training or in your work online.
Wow, Barry, that's what I call a 2-for-1.
That's right.
You not only showed them some great things, you shared a great lesson with people, and I really appreciate you stepping up, because that's what leadership is about. Whether you all were here last week, I was actually out of town for a week working on some training, and we're always working to improve ourselves and how we do things, really. So I was out in Arizona, and every time I asked Barry, hey Barry, it's time for you to step up, I'm not going to be here and do some training, he just, Barry, you do it. So I really appreciate your efforts. So on behalf of the whole community. So now let me just say, if you're here for the first time tonight, I want to welcome you, because what we have is an amazing system with Lead Lightning, and that is the beginning point. If you upgrade from our $7 product, which is called Lead Lightning, and it's just absolutely a great system. $7 one time, you simply can't beat it. You get a contact management system with that. So if you're new, you're not having to go out and buy, like a $20 a month autoresponder series to help you out. And you're being able to not only offer Lead Lightning, where you can make $6 every time you offer that, you can also have it lead to your business or your product. So that's a great value, and that's a great benefit. And Barry, the thing we look at is, when you offer anything, are you delivering more value, more benefits than you charge? Well, I'll tell you what, anybody that gets Lead Lightning, you're getting far more value and benefits, because not only in that, you get all of their trainings in the back office. They're the same ones that we get when you upgrade to Power Lead System. So you may be thinking, well, what's that distinction there? Well, with Power Lead System, you're able to actually create an unlimited number of custom funnels, lead capture pages, sales pages, unlimited subdomains. So Barry, what has been the value for you in having done that upgrade to the gold, and what you're able to accomplish with that for your business?
Well, Dottie, I'm able to I'm still able to continue to build my list, but this way I'm able to customize pages, and now I'm able to narrow down my list and create certain niche or categories of people in my list. So if I have like a personal blog that's a hobby of mine, I'm able to categorize that and send out a different autoresponder to those followers versus someone that's interested in online business and network marketing training. So I'm really able to categorize and narrow down and focus on who I'm communicating with.
Hey, that's great, Barry. So not only are you able to create different niches, you're able to segment your autoresponder series, which you can create custom in that. So these are just little benefits. Now, we're not going to cover all the ins and outs and the benefits, but as you're looking on this page that you're at right now, which is Coach Speak Gold Nuggets, you're going to be able to look at that and see down below where we're on the Hangout right now. And you can go after the Hangout and just click on some of those videos and see the various benefits and upgrades that are available here. And it's really all up to you what you're trying to do with your business. But there's no doubt that building your list, staying engaged with your list, offering value is the real beginning of building your success in online marketing. So, Barry, what I want to do tonight is really talk about something that I know you've heard me say so many times: high tech and high touch. Barry, have you heard me say that a few times?
Oh, I have heard you say that so many times, and I've even started to incorporate that myself, Dottie, like the term and the phrase.
Yeah, well, here's the real truth. You and I, Barry, and the people watching this, we're not widgets that we sell. We're people. Now, one of the reasons that we like the online marketing is to connect with people who are interested in what we're interested in. And I'm going to kind of go through that, but we do have to, talk with people, form that relationship. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you all through a PowerPoint that really illustrates what we're talking about tonight and give you a few more details. So let me get on my glasses and go ahead and get this started, Barry. And I'll make sure that you can see what I'm going to be showing you. So Barry, are you able to see that now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and I'm going to put it in the big mode so we can all see it. And just let me know if you can see that now. Can you?
Yes, that's working good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let me just get started here. I want to ask people who are looking at this, have you ever felt like this? I mean, sort of like sometimes your dreams are going up in smoke and they're like crumbling before your eyes. It's very discouraging when that happens. Or have you had a time that you were too cautious, Well, that happens too, but, and it crumbles, you don't know where did that opportunity go. But, it's a brave new world in online marketing. And one of the things I want to share is that lead lightning is really your ticket to that online marketing. And let's look at how that works. One of the things is I want to have you remember is not to give up on your dreams. That's what Einstein said. Keep and hold on to your dreams. He also had a few other good sayings. One is imagination is more important than knowledge. So we want to use that, and Lead Lightning and Power Lead System really give you the ability to do that. But another one that he says is insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Now, if you've been out there trying to build a business the same old way that you've done in the past and it's not working, well, Barry, I don't know about you, but if something's not working, what do you think you should do?
You should come back to the drawing board and come up with a new strategy.
Well, there you go. I mean, it just makes sense. We cannot do the same things over and over again if they're not working. Now, I say to people, look, if it's working, go for it. But this is what I find so many people saying to me is, the way I'm doing things is not working. I'm not making money. So here's what I want to just say about that. The definition of genius is taking the complex and making it simple. So here's what Lead Lightning has done. It's done exactly that. Michael Price and Neil Giss, developing this system is just sheer genius in my viewpoint, because we start with something at a low entry level, $7, and we over deliver great value for that $7. Some of the things I said at the beginning. But if we look at this right now, this creates synergy, okay? Now, synergy comes from a Greek word. I'm going to say that. Now, obviously, Barry, I cannot even pronounce that. If my good friend George in Greece were here, he could say that. So I'm going to just kind of like do away with that. But I do want people to know that that means working together. So that's what you're really trying to do when you use a system like a Lead Lightning, is to work together with people. And as we look at that, We want to reach new heights by working together. So let's just take it and look at it this way. There's 3 essential components, all right? One is your team, your tribe. That's one of the 3 essential components to your success, okay? The second thing is system and strategy that we're going to talk about, okay? And then the third thing is, well, I got to tell you, you've got to have an awesome, no, let me go back. Let's make that spectacular product or business. Those 3 elements are absolutely essential to your success, and not one of them more than the other. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But let's look at the system and the strategy you use, okay? So, because it's an important key in creating massive wealth and time freedom. So when we look at that, we're going to talk about now the high tech and high touch, because this is what is so important in online marketing today. And it's something, there's a part of the equation that I think people are forgetting. So let's go ahead and look at that. So lead lightning, honestly, this enables you to tap into that high tech and high touch. And here's the way it works. If you look at the first part, okay, the first part is the high tech. Now that's the that's the exciting internet and online marketing. And obviously lead lightning connects this, okay? But there's a very, very important part that people have often forgotten. And that is the high touch, all right? And the high touch is about connecting, engaging, and building the relationships. Because Barry, would you agree that if you just try to send out a link and get people on a list, that in and of itself is not going to accomplish your goals and create your success?
Oh, just that alone, Dottie, is not. You definitely have to connect with everyone and build a relationship with them. It's not just about selling and making a profit.
Absolutely, Barry. And and here's why. Again, if Barry and I were widgets, if you were a widget, then you could use the high-tech online marketing to maybe just sell your widgets. But even companies that are selling widgets, Barry, there's a reason they have a customer service line. Sometimes everything doesn't go like it's planned, or people just want to talk with people. So here's the thing, though. If you are using Lead Lightning or Power Lead System to build your business in any way, then you're going to have to make sure that as those phone numbers come in, that you are literally picking up the phone and talking to people, because it's not enough just to have the online marketing and driving that business. I'll say it like this, Barry. Let's say that somebody is married and one of them has to go overseas for a couple of years. Well, here's what I can tell you. If you do not connect with the person you're married to and you come back in 2 years, you're probably going to find yourself divorced. In the same way, one of the key components to your success here is building your list, but that's only part of it. It's about connecting with your list and offering value to your list, okay? So here's what happens if you don't do the high touch. Your business simply goes away, it crumbles, and what are you left with? Well, you're left with some online marketing, but you only have a part of the equation. So I can't begin to tell you how important this is, because the people, okay? People are starved for connection in this age of internet and online marketing. They want to know that you actually exist. And one of the reasons I've done Hangouts, Barry, and I've encouraged you and others to do Hangouts, is because people call you when they find you online. And every day I have people calling saying, hey, you seem like a real person. And that's really important. Don't hide behind your internet marketing. Really make yourself accessible to people. So, and even though, they're doing this, they recognize they want to tap into the power, okay? The power behind this and the systems behind the online marketing, okay? So again, even though, they're starved for connection, they don't want it to be just about internet marketing. We really do want to tap into the power in the systems. And that's really key, because Lead Lightning can help you do that. So Barry, I want you to imagine that this is the big solar system. And there's a VIP out there. And there's another one. And there's another one. And you're thinking, how do I reach these people? Oh my gosh, there's VIPs all over the world. I mean, they're coming in from all places. So you might be bringing these VIPs in via lead lightning, all right? But you still need to reach out and connect with them if you're going to be ultimately overall ongoing successful in your business, no matter what you're doing. And I don't care if that business is an online or an offline business, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a mortgage broker or if you are in a network marketing company, whatever it is you're doing. These people, Barry, are jumping up and down out there. They're VIPs going, pick me, sort of like beam me up, Scotty. So when you beam them up, you like have hors d'oeuvres, a glass of wine, some cheese and crackers, you know. You get to know one another. And this is how we begin to really have that synergy between the high tech and the high touch. So as we move forward and we look at this, this is what I've also been saying is my daily intention for the last 7 years. It's about, I want to connect, I want to engage, I want to empower, I want to innovate, collaborate, and leverage, okay? Leverage, doing all of this, leverage our unique collective talents. Where? All over the world to form synergistic partnerships. And lead lightning is enabling me to do that. I mean, Barry, have you ever seen anything that powerful that enables us to really go out and build a business in that way?
I haven't. And lead lightning has definitely been a great way for me to connect with other people as well that I don't know if I would have connected with if it wasn't for lead lightning.
Yeah. So, you know, this is the exciting part. I know that Barry and I connected this way, and anybody listening to this right now, I want to just plant that seed in your mind, the importance of the high tech with the high touch. One without the other, I mean, you only have half of the success equation. So when we look at lead lightning here, it literally brings together cutting edge, you know, technology, automation, and systems with what? People. I mean, you know, how exciting is that? It's the people. And this really creates the holy grail of marketing, Barry, when you can connect using a system with people who are interested in what you're interested in. There's just nothing like it. And this lead lightning is enabling us to do this. So as we move forward, we have to say to ourselves, you know, get ready for what I call a paradigm shift. That's what we're doing in today's marketplace, is we are having a paradigm shift. What does that mean? Well, that means that these pre-qualified people are going to be jumping up and down like those VIPs saying, please pick me. In other words, they contact you or connect with you because they've come into your funnel, all right? Or they even call you at the phone number you provide rather than you chasing them all over the place. That's worth looking at again. I mean, Barry, you know, are you tired of chasing friends and family for an entrepreneurial opportunity they're not the least bit interested in?
So tired of that, Dottie. And that method, I don't know. I wasn't around in my entrepreneurial mindset and internet marketing years ago. But I don't know. Did chasing your friends and family ever work before? I'm not sure, but I don't think it's working now.
Well, I'll be real honest with you. There are people that have been able to do that. There is no denying. I mean, if you look at even on the network marketing side, it's the most phenomenal business model ever for people becoming millionaires. The problem with somebody who is just really great like that is you can't duplicate them. See, you can only duplicate systems, and systems save you time, energy, and money. So the only way the majority of the people can succeed is by learning how to engage with a system that introduces them to people who want to be entrepreneurs. And yes, there are some friends and family who are entrepreneurial, and we definitely don't want to leave those people off the list. The problem is once we go through those lists of, you know, how they always tell you to get a list of 100 or whatever, once you go through that, what do you do then? And I mean, what if out of your list of 100, only one person was interested in being an entrepreneur, or maybe two, or maybe three? So while we don't want to leave them behind, we don't want to rely just on those friends and family. We certainly don't want to exclude them. So this is like a both and proposition, Barry, rather than an either or. We don't have to choose one or the other. We just have to engage with both of these. And again, it goes back to how do we duplicate? Because we cannot duplicate a person who's really super out there with connecting with people on the front end. So here's what I want people to consider. Who wouldn't? I mean, literally, who wouldn't love this idea? This idea of lead lightning and leading to Power Lead system and using it 365 days a year. I mean, that is powerful. Think about it, 24/7, 365 days a year. If you are building a list, using your links to either via Facebook marketing, free ads, social media, there's an unlimited ways that you can utilize the link out there for lead lightning and beginning the process of people coming into your funnel system. So all day, every day is what we say. So let's just look at what we've just covered, Barry, okay? We've just covered the system and the strategy, right? Would you agree lead lightning is a system and a strategy of building your list, building value, and bringing the opportunities to them? Would you agree with that, Barry?
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So we've got the system and the strategy. Now, that's lead lightning. That's the beginning point. Now, what we have to look at next, though, is it's a big question mark. You know, who is your tribe? Think about that. Who is your tribe? And more than that, what type of team are you on? Okay, remember there were 3 essential components. The system and the strategy. We spent some time talking about that. High tech, high touch. And then, but who is your tribe? What type of team are you on? And even more important, what type of team are you building? Okay, this is a question mark for you in looking at that second essential component. So we look at it this way. Here's a big question mark. All right, when you take that away, I want to ask you, are you a leader for your tribe? Barry, I want to acknowledge you for stepping up and leading, because you are 24 years old. And when I all the time ask people, who's ready to get on these hangouts with me? Who's ready to be mentored? Who's ready to learn? You stepped up to the plate. And I can't begin to tell you how I've seen you grow during this process, not only with your confidence, but with your ability to train. What, you know, have you seen that for yourself?
I have, Dottie. You know, now that you mentioned this, I want to go back and watch the recording when I first got on a hangout with you versus now. I remember the minutes before the hangout started, I was so nervous. I had, you know, like these butterflies and the nauseous in the stomach. Like, I'm so nervous. I'm on, you know, being recorded live on a hangout, and I've never done anything like that before. And now here I am, fast forward, 4 months, I would say, 4 months later, and now I'm doing live trainings, and I've definitely seen the growth. And I have to give that to your mentorship, Dottie. I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own, you know. So you have to reach out, and I agree, like you said, you have to. It takes a mentor and a leader and a team, and you're covering all of this tonight. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without a great mentor.
Well, thanks, Barry. I appreciate that. And you know, when a person has an opportunity to mentor, and Barry, I know you're already having those opportunities as well, the other person is part of the equation. They have to want mentoring. They have to, you know, be open to coaching and feedback, and you know, I have to just lay it on the line sometimes for you. And I tell people, look, don't take it personally. You know, it's just trying to help you become better. So the question here is, are you a leader for your tribe? Or are you going back to being a question mark and not knowing whether you're a leader? So these are very important things that you want to look at in the various things for success. So now let's look at it again. Now you must have, what did I say? That spectacular product or business that you're working on. So again, we have the system and the strategy, okay? 3 components, system and strategy. Second one is your team, your tribe, your mentoring. Third component, a great product or business. Again, that doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. You may have a deli that you own, a spa, you know, a salon. You may have a network marketing company. Whatever business it is, it has to be just top notch in order for all this success. Because Barry, here's the way I look at it. if you have a business, online or offline, that is not a sustainable model, it doesn't matter if you have a strategy and a system or a team and a tribe, because none of that's going to matter if your business goes under. On the other hand, if you have a great sustainable business, but you have no system and no strategy and no team and no tribe to hang out with, how do you think, Barry, that would impact your overall success?
It's like trying to drive a car without an engine. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. You know, you may eventually get there if you somehow one day take an engine that wasn't working and do some work on it and you get it going again. But think about the time you would have wasted sitting there without an engine. So again, not a one of these is any more important than the other. All three are equally important. And I want you to just understand, to those who are listening, how important the synergy is. That synergy, that means literally working together. We must have all three of these working together. So, you know, all I want to say as we're ending up on this PowerPoint, it's time to radically shift the way you build your business. There's no doubt about it. You must have a high-tech, high-touch system and strategy. You must have a team, a tribe, mentoring, and you must have a great, spectacular, sustainable product business. All of these elements are so extremely important. So, Barry, that's kind of what I wanted to, you know, really share with people tonight. I'm going to take it off screen share. You're going to see it going to infinity there. So what comes up for you, Barry, as you're thinking about what I just shared in the importance? Did you have any aha moments?
Well, I don't know if I really had any aha moments, Dottie. It just really all goes together, like you said. And before, when I was in, you know, one of my network marketing companies, I was in this by myself. You know, I was missing that key component. I mean, I had a product and a company that I liked, but I didn't have the team. You know, I had a system. I had Power Lead system to create, you know, pages and funnels and autoresponders. So I had 2 out of the 3, but you know, it was like I had a good engine, I had a nice car, but I didn't have any tires, so I wasn't going anywhere. You know, and you just put it all together, and I think you did a great job on this PowerPoint tonight, just really giving the visual effect of that, not just hearing it, but actually seeing it all together. And I think that was a great work.
Thanks, Barry. Well, here's the thing. The exciting thing for me is, as I shared what I've said for the last 7 years, I mean, I want people to understand, if you're new here tonight, I started with 0 on my list. Barry, how many did you start with on your list?
0. Felt like -10, but it was 0.
Right. So I don't want you to be discouraged if you say, well, I don't have anybody on my list. Guess what? None of us had anybody on our list when we started. And when you know, people start looking at, oh, I'm the guru, I'm the guru. I say, yes, you are the guru, because you are you. There's nobody like you. You're unique. You're special. And yet, it's important to have a team, because collaboration is fun. Leveraging with each other is fun. Empowering another is fun, because that's great mentoring. Connecting and engaging is fun. So all of these things are extremely important. When I sat here 7 years ago in Blaine, Washington, now, let me just tell you where Blaine is. It's a town of about 5,000. It's 5 minutes from the Canadian border, 2 hours north of Seattle, about 40 minutes rather, south of Vancouver, BC. And I'm like, I had run out of friends and family for what I was doing. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? So I started working on internet marketing, and it didn't happen overnight. Nobody started immediately calling me, but every day I would talk about connecting, engaging, empowering, about innovating, about collaborating and leveraging our unique collective talents to form synergistic partnerships. That rolls off the tip of my tongue because it's in here. It's part of my DNA. And so as I believed that, amazing people began to reach out. And I want you to understand that that's possible for you too, as you begin to utilize Lead Lightning. Now, I don't know where you're at with using this. If you're with Lead Lightning, a $7 product, I can tell you this, you've got one of the most amazing products and values for $7 that you will ever get on the internet. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. But when you begin to want more, you'll upgrade. You don't have to do it today if you don't want to, but at some point you will want to if you need a little bit more sophisticated system. For instance, you can't use share codes without being upgraded. What does that mean? Well, a share code is when you create a special funnel and you're able to give a share code to your team and let them plug into that done-for-you turnkey system. That's a value that creates, that sets you up as a leader. And that's extremely important. So just for instance, I have a share code for this Hangout. We've got 345 people in the overall Power Lead System community that have access to that share code. Now, all of those people are not on Coach B's team. This is just something I do to help people, because when you use that share code, again, you have to be upgraded to Gold with the Power Lead System in order to use that, because you have to attach it to a custom domain. So that custom domain that you have is different than just the generic that we use for all of Power Lead System, which is CoachBGoldNuggets.com. When you have your own domain, then that share code enables you to offer the Lead Lightning via your link right there from that page. Now that's a value, you know? So I gladly share that share code with people so they can, you know, in essence, create their own TV channel. Barry, you got your own TV channel?
Oh, I sure do.
Absolutely.
And I use it. I plug people into it all the time.
There you go. And see, that's what's great. When people go to Barry's channel, he and I will, you know, be on that, but it leads to Barry and getting them into Lead Lightning. Now, I'm going to end it with this. The PowerPoint that you just saw, I want you to understand how this works. I will now take that PowerPoint, and through utilizing Camtasia Studio, I will actually make that into a video. So I can show it as a PowerPoint just like I did, or I can make that into a video and have that in one of my funnels where I'm talking to people about high tech, high touch. So I hope that you all have received some value tonight. I want to ask people, as you are watching this right now, if you've ever heard of the term, whether from me or some other, about high tech, high touch, write down there in the comment page. And this is whether you are on the live hangout and hear it now, or whether you listen from the recording later. Put that you really have heard that term before, or if you've never heard it before, let me know that you got value out of this tonight and that you now understand the value and what it means to be high tech and high touch, and what the three critical elements. And right now, if you can put in that chat box, if you recall, what are those three essential elements to building your success? Put it in right now. I'm not going to, I've covered it several times. I'm going to let you see if you can remember what I said those three very important essential components are for success, okay? So anyway, Barry, anything you want to end up with before we close tonight?
Well, I made a comment in the group earlier, and I just it stuck with me. I've been thinking about it a lot. Is people often, we want to see results instantly, and we can get discouraged a lot of times when we're using a system, we're promoting a product, we're doing this, or trying to build a team of leaders and reach out to people and build those relationships. And I just want to say, it's just like a farmer in his garden. He doesn't plant seeds tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and hope that he's got crop to harvest. So I like to look at it like that. It's you're cultivating your success. So I say keep plugging away and don't give up.
Hey, that is awesome, Barry. I couldn't have said that better myself. So whether you are a guest here tonight or somebody who's already in Lead Lightning or Power Lead System, let me just thank you and let you know that I know that your time is valuable. And I appreciate that you took the time to spend with us, whether you're watching it live or on a recording later. That's the great value of these Hangouts is the minute this ends, it becomes what we call an evergreen recorded video. Because right now, it's what I would say is a streaming, live streaming YouTube video via Google, because Google owns YouTube. So that's what we call a live Hangout, or HOA, which is Hangouts on Air. So from Dottie Berry, aka Coach B, and the Google Hangout Maven, and Barry Tuck, we appreciate you being here, and we will look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, again at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, good night. Bye for now.